Live. I believe we are live. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today we here with the day after the Super Bowl loss live stream. We dropped a video earlier today. I didn't go to work, had trouble sleeping. You know what I mean? Um, what a horrible way to end Super Bowl 57. And again, I want to give the Chiefs congratulations, their fans, their players, the coach. They played a heck of a game. We didn't lose just because of the horrible flag at the end of the game. That's not why we lost the game for sure. However, you gotta give Jalen Hurts that opportunity. And the way he played, responding after being down 8, going down the field, tying the game up with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, being hit short of the touchdown and just bodying the defender and falling in for the tie score was what we know he's about. The guy has come a long way, and I can't wait to see how his career goes. And I do think we'll be back. I'm not going to guarantee back next year. Things gotta uh shake itself out as it pertains to all season, who we're going to get back, what we're going to do here, what we're going to do there. However, this one definitely hurt. Shout out to Notification Gang, been live for about a minute and 30 seconds, and we got Chris Brown, James Fisher, She Love Smith, Bryce Blackwell, AC, J-Lo, Jay Johnson, Z Watson, Trey, CL, G-Lo, Muscle, AFK, Bleed Green, JB Warnock, NE Sports. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Hit that like button on the way in here. If you're watching this on the rerun, make sure you do your boy a favor and hit the like button. It helps the pain and suffering of losing in the Super Bowl. But let's not act like, you know, the fan bases and the teams that were not playing in this game, a la the Vikings, a la the Giants and the Cowboys and this guy and that guy and the Niners. Let's not act like y'all rather not be in the Super Bowl than losing the Super Bowl. Yes, it is a heartbreak game for one team. But at the end of the day, this is why we play the game. This is what we live for, the ups and downs of a season. But to be in the big game is still, an accomplishment in its own right as a fan going through the ups and downs. But yes, the ultimate goal was um, not accomplished. And Jalen Hurts speaking after the game had me in goosebumps. Uh, he talked about you either win or you learn. You either win or you learn. That's what he fully believes. This is definitely going to motivate him to be a better player or grow as a player. But he said he's been here before, and he has. Just with the adversity he's faced through his college career. So I have no doubt in my mind, no doubt about Jalen Hurts. Putting this franchise first and putting us in another great way to get back to the Super Bowl. Miss Ash in the building. What's going on with you? DQ Blenson, I'm sick of the Cowboys talking. Mark Holmes, Rome, Tuck act like they did something. Exactly. Let them have their fun. But to celebrate a loss in a game where you can't get, you know what I mean? Let's not act like they have had any success when it matters. They haven't got out the divisional round in, my whole life pretty much. Pretty much. Shout out to my guy Robert Dredden with the $20 super chat. He said, "What up, Philly Mike? Man, I'm 40 years old, and this is the most painful loss I've witnessed as a Philly fan. Worse than the 93 loss. Oh, loss. 19 Sixers loss to the Raptors. I crying, grown man tears. Still love my bird. Salute, Mike." If you watch the live play-by-play, when the Eagles went down and tied the game, when Jalen Hurts went down and tied the game, I had some tears too. They were happy tears. They were the tears of, we could do this. And then my heart got broke as Pat Mahomes went down the field, slowly but surely, a big scramble up the middle, looked like the Red Sea was parted. And then they ended up kicking a field goal after the James Bradbury call. And let me get out in front of this. That was technically a hold. But the way they were calling the game, the chippiness in the way they were allowing the DBs to play, you can't call that. You can't call that. James Bradbury admitted that he tugged a jersey. technically it was a hold. But on third down in the Super Bowl, a minute and 48 seconds left, the opportunity for the other team to get the ball, Jalen Hurts, who just drove down and scored and converted a 2-point conversion. James Bradbury admitted he did the hold. He tugged his jersey. But the way they were allowing them to play, James Bradbury played according to what they were allowing, and then they called it out of nowhere. Again, shout out to my guy Robert Dredden with the $20 super chat. He cried grown man tears. I cried grown man tears. Yeah, I'm not gonna get over this for a while. I'm not. Like I said, I couldn't sleep last night. Didn't go to work today. I just been on airplane mode, to be honest. It's a really, really rough one. Shout out to my guy Robert Dredden. It's always good to talk with the Philly fans, and hash this out. Again, there was many opportunities. Quez Watkins drop, and although Jalen Hurts made up for the fumble recovery touchdown, he did gift the Chiefs 7 points. He made up for that, playing lights out football, pretty much carrying his team for the majority of the game. 300 yards passing in the air, 70 yards on the ground, 4 total touchdowns. The Eagles offense scored the most points ever in a Super Bowl loss. That shows you right there that the bulk of the situation, the reason we lost the game was not about the offense. It was about the defense. If you have the record for most points scored on offense in a loss in the Super Bowl, your defense is doing something wrong. Very wrong. Very wrong. World Series loss was Joe Carter and Toronto Blue Jays. Dang. And look, Philly down bad right now, Get to the World Series, lose. The MLS Championship Union, lose. Eagles in the Super Bowl, lose. Philly could use some good luck. AK Eagles podcast. Yo, what's good, Mike? This one hurts, but we will be back and we will win because Hurts is our QB. I believe that wholeheartedly for sure. Philly Trez in the building. What's up with you? Michael Noble said Kawhi Leonard hitting that 3-19 was more painful. The triple bounce, I don't know. That is painful, but that's still the second round to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. This is the Super Bowl, losing by 3, and all you needed was a stop in the second half. Pat Mahomes had 1 incompletion in the second half. They had 15 first downs, 119 yards rushing. You just couldn't stop them. You needed 1 stop, Gannon, in the defense. 1 stop. Gary said the defense was terrible. Sanders, terrible. And a fumble. And again, let's talk about that Jalen Hurts fumble again. He made up for it. He played lights out besides that. But let's just look at the situation. It's 3rd and 1. The Philadelphia Eagles are not going to be denied on 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, we're going to convert. What happens? Sam Malu with an offsides. Sam Malu with a false start. So the 3rd and 1 that we would have converted turns into a 3rd and 6. That 3rd and 6 is where Jalen Hurts drops back and makes a bonehead play, lets the ball hit the ground, and the Chiefs not only recover it, but score. Now, again, the response was there from Jalen Hurts 100%, and he played lights-out football. 300 yards passing, 70 yards rushing, 4 total touchdowns. However, who knows how the game goes if we go up 21-7? If we go up 21-7, who knows how that goes? Miss Ash, I got to keep it neutral the whole game. Both sides are holding. I even said that to my nephew. But to call it right then, shaking my head, I agree. Again, the Chiefs played the better game of football. The Chiefs played a better brand of football. They beat us. And that flag did not lose us the game. But again, technically, James Bradbury definitely hold. He admitted that he tugged on the jersey. But the way the game was playing out, the referees were letting them be handsy. They were handsy in the first and second quarter. They were handsy in the third quarter. To call a holding play on 3rd down with a minute and 48 seconds left, knowing that this is a high-scoring game, knowing that you allowed them to play this way. So Bradbury in his head is like, we allowed to get handsy. We're allowed to do this, allowed to do that. And so he did it, and then he got called for it. Listen, If I let my kids get away with something, and then the next time they do it, I smack their hand, they're like, why you do that? And that's kind of what happened. But unfortunate situation, we had plenty of opportunities to change it. You know? Quez Watkins drops a big pass. Jalen Hurts fumbles. Horrible special team. Horrible special teams. So many things that went this way instead of that way, and we suffer the consequences. Kadarius Toney punt return was huge. Was huge. Momentum. Momentum. And look, the 2 touchdowns that the Chiefs scored, I don't know what the Eagles were doing. I don't know what defense they were playing, and I don't know what their personnel. I don't know what C.J. Garner-Johnson, what T.J. Edwards, what Marcus Epps, what Big Play Slay was doing. I'm gonna show you the 2 touchdowns. Their motion, their pre-snap motion, had us going crazy. The 2 easiest touchdowns of the season came in the Super Bowl. The 2 easiest touchdowns in the season for the Kansas City Chiefs were scored on the Eagles defense in the Super Bowl. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. JB Warnock with the $5 super chat. Appreciate the love and support, my guy Mike. Thanks for great content this season. Will you be calling any Sixers or March Madness? We miss you, bro. Eagles will be back. Philly tough. Yes, we will be doing Sixers content. We're going to start doing the play-by-play like we've been doing last year. I kind of slowed down with it because of the Eagles' run this year, but we will talk about it. Again, we're going to be covering the Eagles all off season with moves that need to be made, moves that that have been made, this, that, and the third. We're going to cover all that on the channel, but we will do some Sixers stuff too. We will do some Sixer stuff too. Shout out to my guy Fitness Roofer 33 with the $2 super chat. Do you keep Sanders or draft B Robinson from Texas? I'm looking to get a running back in the draft. I'm either getting a running back in the draft or I'm making it work with Gainwell, Boston Scott, and we do have Trey Sermon around. How good is he? Is it the coaches just keeping him out? Is he pretty good? Blah blah blah. He just Sanders had a tremendous year, but he came short in the biggest game of the season, and the money got to work. I just don't see a scenario with knowing that we got to pay Jalen, with trying to lock up C.J. Garner-Johnson, with seeing what we're going to do with Hargrave, Bradbury, Marcus Epps, T.J. Edwards, knowing that we got to take care of some of the other guys on the team. I think Miles Sanders is like, if he practically comes to us for free on a real good deal, then we talk about it. But I mean, I just don't see a situation where he does that. So I think Miles Sanders is going. As it pertains to B Robinson, you know me, I'm not that big on college football while the season's going, but I'm going to start doing all my research, all my due diligence. Shout out to y'all. What I do love about y'all is when y'all comment on the videos as you guys continue to talk in the live streams. Y'all let me know. Sometimes y'all put me on on college players to look up, and then I fall in love with a guy or two. Pause. But again, B Robinson, I've heard some stuff. You're talking about like a second or third round, right? Because we're not investing nothing heavy. With Bradbury possibly leaving, I think we got to get some youth, some first round youth as it pertains to the cornerback position on this team for sure. I think we do. Daniel G with the $2 super chat. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support, my guy. Time to get back to our Sixers. We got robbed by the refs. I do think that call was horrible. I think you can't make that call in the Super Bowl with the time remaining, especially how the game was being allowed to play. But I can't blame it solely on the refs. The Eagles had their fair share in losing the game with just, horrible defensive calls, allowing the Chiefs to walk in 2 times in the end zone, not playing special teams right, doing a lot of uncharacteristic stuff. And even though Jalen Hurts played lights out and wasn't the reason we lost at all, played tremendous. That 7-point swing there when it could have been 3rd and 1, convert, 3rd and 6, fumble, touchdown, Chiefs, and it is what it is. I hear you though. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that it was at the end of the game. The end of the game call. You know what I mean? It bothers me. Witch King with the $5 super chat. He says, shit. I'm with you on that. Didn't sleep good last night. You know what I mean? So, still so many emotions going. I'm going. It's rough. It's rough out here. Um, I got to watch 3 Super Bowls in my life as an Eagle fan. One when I was 15, one when I was 25-ish, 26. Now one when I'm 32. Um, but we won in three. We won in three in that. 1-2 in that, but we also lost in the 80 to the Raiders. Shout out to my guy Jacob with the $10 super chat. He said, as a Chief fan, I think the call was BS. That was a BS call from the ref. Now here's my question: if the call wasn't called, who would have won? Knowing you, I say you would say the Chiefs. If that call wasn't made, that mean it would have been 4th down. I believe y'all would have punted. I believe y'all would have kicked the field goal. If y'all don't kick the field goal, say y'all score. I do like our offense going down the field with 1 minute and 48 seconds. We might have had one timeout. Again, if ifs were a fifth, we all be drunk as I was last night. So it doesn't really matter. But I do like our chances of scoring a touchdown if we need it to tie the game, or at least tying it with a field goal. The way Jalen Hurts was saying, I'm going to get it done. If the ball in his hand at the end would have been terrific. But again, shout out to the Chiefs. Y'all got the dub. Mahomes is on his way to, changing the game or at least catching Brady. Trying to be that baby goat. And I got respect for Mahomes and what y'all doing over there for sure. G-Lo with the $2 super chat. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. He said, fire Slay. Get him off the squad. The miscommunications were wild. Let's look at the miscommunications real quick. Let me pull it up for a second. What we got? Here we go. Let me see.
Let's take a look.
Hold on. I don't want to leave the voice on because I don't know if it's going to get me demonetized. Let's hit play. So look at this. This had me sick both times. Again, watch the motion here. The motion here caused so much disruption. But nobody guards nobody. Slay goes, and look, nobody even guards Kelsey. So Kelsey's going to run a 5 and out, and Sky Moore, or whoever that is, Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, look at this. So not only was Kelsey open for a pass, but nobody guard Kelsey. Nobody even went with the guy. When he motioned, the Eagles sell out in man coverage. Look, 3 minutes later, they do the same thing. 3 minutes later, Mahomes sees that the Eagles are playing man coverage. So what does he do? He changes the play. He said, we got him once, let's get him twice. We got him once, let's get him twice. They're going to motion Sky Moore. The Eagles one man sells out all the way to the other side, and nobody goes back. Not once, but twice. We got beat on the same style play. They saw it was man coverage, and they killed us. It is disgusting. Slay and Maddox both get off their guy. Everybody goes in the middle. Even if he did run that, look, they don't even guard Kelsey. They don't guard Kelsey. Slay doesn't realize he went back. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Then once that happens once, how do you even get fooled on the opposite side? They literally just flip the play. Mahomes is licking his chops at this point. Ooh, we got him right where we want him. Man coverage, let's do it again. Motion Sky Moore, he cuts in. DB sells out to the opposite side. Bada bing, bada bang. Touchdown. The 2 easiest touchdowns in the game. 2 easiest touchdowns of the season for the Chiefs were against this Eagles defense in the Super Bowl. That is what you call disgusting. right now, I'm a believer in Slay. But I can't argue for him right now. Chris Brown with the $2 super chat. Keep Kenny and get a cowbell run over your butt running back. I think that we are missing that thunder and lightning, and Gainwell is definitely the lightning of whatever tandem we would make or create. But I do miss that LeGarrette Blunt type running back. We had success, third in rushing that year. We went to the Super Bowl, and it paid off. It paid off for sure. Um, Daniel said we have Jalen. The future is bright. That is true. Miss Ashad Hassan said that field was the worst he's ever played on. I don't think he's lying. There was a pile of cleats on our sideline. Yeah, they kept changing the cleats, and it wasn't doing nothing. He just kept slipping and sliding. It was a slip and slide. Now, the fact of the matter is this: the Chiefs had to play on that same field. So it's not like it was advantage one. But the Eagles' defense is really predicated on the pass rush getting there. And so a pass rush that wants to get there was somewhat mitigated and disrupted by the field. And it's unfortunate for sure. Just a lot of unfortunate stuff happened in this game. But again, as much as I want to say that horrible call at the end costed a opportunity for Jalen Hurts to make history, I gotta say the fumble played into it, the bad special teams played into it, um, horrible defense played into it, the drop catch, the drop pass. Jalen Hurts threw a dot, a beautiful dot under pressure, man in his face, right to Quez Watkins, hits him right in the midst, and he drops it. Shout out to Dag81703 with the $5 super chat. The touchdown on Slay was a scheme issue. That's how they are taught to pass coverage. And he watched the Jags film when they ran it on us back in week 4. He definitely did, because he didn't just do it one time. He did it twice, and it worked to perfection. To perfection. The Lake Show said Jalen Hurts did have an all-time performance. I feel bad for him. He did. He did. Philly Big Dog in the chat. Shout out to you, channel member. He said, fire JG, get him out of Philly. He didn't play strong defense. He played short defense or soft defense. I totally agree with that. Echo said, I ain't watching another game until Gannon is gone. Okay. We got we got the guys going on strike. Got the guys going on strike. Sometimes it be like that. Sade, what's going on with you? Darth, low IQ, said they got to fix the special team problems. I mean, punt return coverage has been good all year, but it flamed out big time in this Super Bowl. That Kadarius Toney punt return was sickening to watch. It was momentum swinging. It put them right where they needed to be to now go up. Now, again, Jalen Hurts respond. The defense didn't give him the ball back. And I just... Tragic said, see how we're not talking about the offense at all? Yeah. Besides the fumble, the offense did work. I didn't like the Quez Watkins drop, for 1,000%. But overall, I mean, they scored 35 points. You score 35 points in the Super Bowl, you're supposed to win. You're supposed to win. It's the highest scoring game from an offense that lost. Think about that. Think about how all fingers got to be pointed at the defense when you are talking about the most points scored in NFL history in a Super Bowl loss. Think about how you got to point at the defense and say, shame on you. Shame on you to have the most points ever scored in the Super Bowl loss. Shame on you, Jonathan Gannon. Shame on you, defensive players who were fooled by this misdirection. Shame. The field didn't help. But you got to point fingers at a defense if now you hold the record for the most points scored in a Super Bowl loss. You got to point at the defense and say shame. When Tom Brady lost the Super Bowl to the Philadelphia Eagles after scoring 33, what everybody say? Shame on that defense. That was the most points scored in a Super Bowl loss. Now the Eagles hold the title for the most points scored in a Super Bowl loss. Jonathan Gannon, that will never leave you until somebody else drops 35 plus and loses in the Super Bowl. Jonathan Gannon, you should be ashamed of yourself. You are now known for having the most points scored on you in a Super Bowl loss. Jalen Hurts, 370 yards of total offense, 4 touchdowns. He did fumble, but he made up for it. Jonathan Gannon allowed Pat Mahomes to complete 13 of 14 passes in the second half. He allowed 119 yards rushing in the second half. He allowed 15 first downs in the second half. You couldn't give me one stop. If you get one stop for Jalen Hurts, if the Eagles defense gets one stop for Jalen Hurts, I believe in it. I believe in the miracle drive. I believe he gets it done. I believe. The individual said sportsmanship is important. Respect the Big Red and the Chiefs. Proud of my birds. Fly, Eagles, fly. No one player called dictated that game. It was offensive fight. We'll recover. Shout out to you. I agree. No one play dictated it, but I still feel robbed of the opportunity to get the ball back one time. But I agree with you. Eric R. said Jonathan Gannon. DOC Gannon. Jonathan DOC Gannon. Superhero in the building said the only ones who get to comment on the epic game are Eagle fans and Chief fans. Should be that way. The rest of the crew, namely Cowboys and 40 Winer fans, haven't been there since VCR days, and that's the thing. Especially the Cowboys. You lost the Super Bowl. Hey, it was a great ride getting there. One day, maybe if you're lucky, you'll get the feeling of winning your conference and going to the Super Bowl, feeling the ups and downs, actually be able to watch your team with your own 2 eyes, not asking your grandfather and your dad, hey, remember when you were changing my diapers and cheering for the Super Bowl, Dad? No. Football is not about just stats and numbers. It's about the enjoyment of watching your team go through the trials and tribulations of a season. And that has not been done by the Cowboy fans that are talking to me. 35-year-old, 32-year-old, 27-year-old Cowboy fans talking about and they act like we got blown out. It was a battle toe-to-toe with the best team in the NFL. The next dynasty. The quarterback that is going to be passed the mantle from Tom Brady to Pat Mahomes. That's the team that beat us in the Super Bowl. That's the team. And they beat us in the Super Bowl with a controversial call at the end. They beat us in the Super Bowl while we gifted them 7 points. They beat us in the Super Bowl by kicking a last-second field goal. This has been one of the most watched Super Bowls in NFL history. It was a game. It was a terrific game with a shitty ending for Eagle fans. Cowboys talking about, well, they haven't got out the divisional round. I heard somebody say Rihanna's unborn child was in the Super Bowl before Dak Prescott in the Dallas Cowboys. Rihanna's unborn child was in the Super Bowl before the Dak Prescott-led Cowboys. Stop playing with me, dog. It sucks losing, but it's about the ride, and the ride was fun. Joseph Tyson, the building channel member, he said if we get one stop, we win. That's facts. That is all we needed. One stop, and we could have been Super Bowl champs, but we didn't get the stop. Bev said Giant fans been talking crazy all day too. Giant fans, they were a part of the reason we got to the Super Bowl. Smack, smack, smack. We three-pieced them. We three-pieced them boys. Anthony Jolly said the Commanders haven't won a Super Bowl. John, that was the Washington Redskins. Eagles have more Super Bowls than the Commanders. Facts, check it. Yeah, the Commanders haven't won any. The new team Commanders, right? That was the Redskins that won Super Bowls. They don't count them up. Twisted said, "Cry everyone, not the Chiefs. Cry everyone, not the Chiefs. Cry." If you are a Chiefs fan, maybe you should be more focused on how you're even going to get to the Super Bowl before you try clown a team that lost in it. Yeah, I totally agree on that. I mean, look, I ain't mad at the Cowboy fans that said one or two things, but the guys that been just living on this, man, they treating it like they won the Super Bowl. Us losing the Super Bowl has brought more joy to Cowboy fans than anything they have accomplished in the last 28 years. The Philadelphia Eagles losing the Super Bowl has brought more joy to Cowboy fans in the last 28 years than anything they've done by themselves. That is pitiful. That is pitiful. Cowboy fans are celebrating this loss as their most accomplished thing they have seen in their eyes in 28 years. Because most of the trash talking Cowboy fans are 20, 25, 30, 35. These guys are really celebrating at an all-time high. The best thing they've saw. If you are a Cowboy fan who is 20, 25, 30, 35, the only thing you really saw was a divisional round exit. Y'all saw a couple playoff wins to get to the divisional round and get beat out. The Cowboys fans that are celebrating the Eagles lost in the Super Bowl are celebrating their biggest accomplishment they've seen in 28 years. And that is sitting on a couch and watching their division rival lose by 3 at the end. I'm complaining for 48 hours about the holding call and this call and the grass and blah, blah, blah. But after 48 hours, it's over. Take the L on the chin. I definitely came out and gave some good words. If you don't follow me on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, if you don't watch the YouTube Shorts, go ahead and check it out. I gave my props to Kansas City. Congratulations. I was wrong. I said on TikTok, I had a video. I got a video on TikTok with over 1 million views. 4 days ago, I saw a Chiefs fan get his tattoo of the 2023 Super Bowl championship on his leg. And I said, really? We doing this? It don't work. It don't work. Well, it worked. So I got so many people saying, where's part 2? Where's the update? It got like 1,000 comments, 1 million views. And so I made part 2. And I said, I thought it wasn't going to work, but it worked. Shout out to the Chiefs fan. I took it on the chin. Took it on the chin. I apologized. I was wrong. Bev said a Giants fan said to me that Jalen Hurts is the new Donovan McNabb. He'll give us a good season, but no rings. Oh, only time will tell. Only time will tell. Niners got 5 Super Bowls. I saw each and every one, born in 1980. Shout out to you. It's still, though, as again, if you were born 1980, you were born whatever, shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? You got to witness Super Bowls. But let's still keep it 100. If y'all want me to keep it 100, I want y'all to keep it 100. Being a sports fan You want to see something. You want to have stuff to talk about. You want to be able to celebrate. You want to be as good as you can. You want to go through the season winning. You want to know you are a contender. You want to feel that. Born 1980, born 1970, Cowboys Niner fans, you saw some rings. But I know you're tired. Deep down inside, when you're not on the internet and you're not trolling, deep down inside, you sit there and say, man, please, when are we gonna get to the Super Bowl? Niners at least get to the NFC Championship game. Niners at least get to the Super Bowl. They lost to the Chiefs. Niners know what we feel. Niners had a lead against the Chiefs and lost. Eagles had a lead against the Chiefs and lost. Niners at least get there. But Cowboy fans? Oh, but I watched most of my Super Bowls. Okay. But the last 28 years, you were watching football for every one of them 28 years. And every time it ends the same. And deep down in your heart of hearts, you don't know when it's going to stop. You don't know when you're going to get out the divisional round. Deep down, you are upset. At least Niner fans get to the NFC Championship. At least Niner fans lost to the same team we did. Lewis said, I'm 34 years old and I haven't seen anything from the Cowboys. I wish I could see them losing the Super Bowl. From a Cowboys fan. Shout out for the perspective. Look, again, even the older Cowboy fans who watched their team win the Super Bowl, they know that they want to be able to be back in the game in it. C. Brown said there will always be fans who will never witness their team Super Bowl wins. Come on, bruh. Is that the best y'all can come up with? That's not true. Yeah, there's always going to be fans that haven't witnessed it. But I mean, why they the loudest? Shout out to, I guess, the spectators of the Super Bowl. Congratulations, spectators. Congratulations, spectators. Congratulations. Josh H. with the $2 super chat. Appreciate the love and support. He said, Jerry is the Cowboys' problem. I totally agree. I hope he continues to be the problem, to be honest. I don't want Jerry going nowhere. Let this man drink out of the fountain of youth. Let this man, Jerry, drink the water of the fountain of youth. Never let him go away. Nick said, oh, well, someone said the Eagles got a ring in 2017. All other championships were during World War II era. And so were your Super Bowls. And so were the Super Bowls. Mike said, we made it and we lost. Sucks, but we made it there. That's facts. Shout out to my guy, B.O. Brian O. If I'm saying your name wrong, I'm sorry. I'm just horrible with names. Shout out to my guy with the $5 super chat. Appreciate the love and support. He said, ask the Cowboys how far they would have made it if they had Hurts. Shout out to my guy, LB. He tweeted this on Twitter today. If the Cowboys had the roster they have now, if the Dallas Cowboys had the same roster they have now, and you swap Dak Prescott for Jalen Hurts, they would have made it to the Super Bowl. They would have. They would have. Dak Prescott has a team that if he plays up to par, why not? He didn't play up to par, though. He led the league in interceptions while missing 5-6 games. Sheesh. Never could be my quarterback. Dan said Dak took home a trophy and the Eagles went home in tears. Dak took over. The only trophy that Dak Prescott could ever win is being a good Samaritan. Congratulations. The Dallas Cowboys have the most kindest, nicest, loving quarterback in the NFL. Congratulations. They don't got a quarterback that can get dubs. They don't got a quarterback that cannot throw interceptions. They got a quarterback that will help an old lady cross the street. They got a quarterback that donates to animal shelters. Cowboy fans really celebrating quarterback. The Eagles got an all-pro quarterback who made it to the Super Bowl. Cowboy fans celebrating their quarterback given an award for being the nicest guy. You know the story. Nice guys finish last. Nice guys finish last. You know what? If I was going out to make friends with a player, I might want to be Dak Prescott's friend. He's a nice guy. Can you loan me $100, Dak? Sure. Can you watch my plants, Dak? Sure. Can you help me with this project, Dak? Sure. But if I'm building a quarterback, I'm not picking Dak. Dak Prescott won the nice guy award. Who cares? He won the nice guy award. That don't get you out of the divisional round. That don't get you out of the divisional round. How did Patrick Mahomes get MVP? He deserved it. I thought Jalen Hurts had a chance of winning it prior to him getting hurt, but Mahomes was the best quarterback in the NFL this year. No ifs, ands, or buts. But I like what Snoop Dogg said. Snoop Dogg said you cannot not put Jalen Hurts top 3 no more. If you're going to put any quarterbacks ahead of Jalen Hurts, you could put Patrick Mahomes ahead of him. You maybe can put Joe Burrow. But after Joe, it goes to Jalen via Snoop Dogg. Snoop Diggity Dog. Snoop Diggity Dog. Marcus said, take losing like a man, Philly Mike. Hey, Marcus. Let me just say one thing. I was talking solely about the Eagles, solely about the game. I gave props to the Chiefs. I said that though I don't like the call that was made at the end because of the way they were letting them play, and then all of a sudden they weren't letting them play, I said the Eagles lost because of their defense. The Eagles lost because of the mistakes they made. I was taking the loss on the chin. But guess what had to happen? Bang, bang, Niners gang. They jump into the chat talking heck reckless. And here comes bang, bang, 28 years later gang and the Cowboys fan. Y'all come into my stream talking reckless and you expect the guy with the microphone to be quiet? Incorrect. But thank you, Cowboy fans, for the views. Thank you, Cowboy fans, for the ad revenue. Helps out, you know. Eagle fans in here, hit the like button for your boy. It's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. Let's get to at least 200 likes. No reason why we can't get to 200 likes. Cowboy fans come into an Eagle stream. Start talking reckless. Divisional round, guys. We got the nicest quarterback in the NFL. I'm not talking nice on the field. I'm talking walk your dog. Y'all come into the stream talking reckless and you tell me, take the loss like a man, Philly Mike. Take the loss like a man, Philly Mike. Get him out of here. Shout out to my guy, Skeletor70 with the $10 super chat. Appreciate the love and support, my guy. He said, thanks, Mike, for all the hard work this year. Looking forward to next. With Jalen's work ethic, I have a good feeling the Super Bowl hangover won't happen. Yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how we respond. I mean, Jalen has responded to the criticism. Jalen has responded to in-game situations. Again, he fumbled big time. Let the Chiefs get a free 7. Pat Mahomes don't need help scoring points, but we helped him out. And the response during the game, the response from last year to this year has all been well documented. Jalen Hurts, in response to everything that has been said about him, and his draft status and this, that, and the third has been terrific. And again, he talks about no one has officially arrived. He only believes that everyone's going through the journey. I could say Mahomes has arrived for real, for real. Best quarterback in the NFL. But Jalen Hurts, I'm not putting a cap on anything he can be, will be. Again, fantastic game. We just ended up losing. It is what it is. Bleed Green said we need this guy back. Come on, Jason, one more year. Everybody let him know how bad we want him back. We do need him back for sure. For sure. Jason Reese with the $2 super chat. Appreciate the love and support. He said the 49ers got blown out by both Super Bowl teams. The Chiefs dusted them off back in the early part of the season, and the Eagles dusted them off in the NFC Championship game. That is facts. That is facts. J Cool said, deck another Mark Sanchez. He's I don't know. Mark Sanchez been to 2 AFC championships. Mark Sanchez, Mr. Butt Fumble himself, has been to 2 AFC championships. Can't say that about the other one. Eagle has Landis at Hurts top 2 and 3 quarterback. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Witch King said, yeah, they care more about headlines for sure. That's big facts. Fabian Fool said the Eagles need to fix the run defense. I mean, yeah, we did allow 160 yards on the ground. 160 yards on the ground. But really what got me is 119 of the 160 yards allowed to the Kansas City Chiefs came in the second half. Again, the second half defense was just disrespectfully disgusting. Pat Mahomes went 13 of 14. They had 15 first downs in the second half alone. 119 of the 160 yards came in the second half. We have to be better. In the Super Bowl, allowing the Chiefs to score 2 touchdowns that were the easiest touchdowns ever? It's disgusting. Q-Biz said the 49ers can have Minshew if they want him. Minshew going at the end of this year. For sure. Flying High said Jalen reached the Super Bowl before Dak. That's facts. They ain't denial still, though. Jalen still on a rookie contract, got to the bowl before 8-year league. 8 years in the league, Dak Prescott. Dakota Rain. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We've been live for about 48 minutes. Like I said, turnover, key drop, horrible special team, and a bad call at the end. The story of the Super Bowl loss. Whew. Rough one. We gonna be dropping content again. You know, I'm still trying to let this marinate. We got a GOAT Talk episode coming up coming up soon this week, probably tomorrow or Wednesday. Philly 500 reached out to me. We're gonna get a stream with 500. This week we're gonna be talking about this game a little bit. Couple more days, we'll watch the All 22 film. That's gonna be rough to do. Again, the Chiefs were the better team. I didn't like some of the things that happened in the game. I really wished we had an opportunity with 1:48 seconds left. 1:48 seconds left. Jalen driving down the field, but we couldn't see it. We didn't see it, and it is what it is. I'm gonna be doing the Sixers too. I started paying again. I was hyped and focused on this Eagles season, so we're gonna get back to some Sixers stuff too. We'll have it all from off-season talk, signings, draft talk, all that stuff coming up. Long off season ahead of us. Long all season ahead of us. We need 24 more likes. Let's get it to 20. Let's get to 200 likes before we get up off here. 50 minutes in. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Like I said, Angelo, we gonna get to that Sixers stuff for real. JB said we'll be back. I believe it. I believe it. Fred said Doug Staff would have won this game. Jim Schwartz, maybe. I think offensively we did pretty good. Rome said Quez should have been in the game. Can't believe he dropped that right through his hands. Did y'all see the YouTube short I put up? Did you see the YouTube short I put up? Right through his hands. Tay said fire Gannon. That was my thoughts immediately when I woke up. I'm still suffering through some things for sure. Southside Gaming with the $2 super chat. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Much love and respect. He ain't say nothing, but I understand what you mean. Rome said draft the number 1 corner, trade Slay, fire Gannon. If we need it, trading Slay don't sound too crazy in the sense that you do want to maybe move him before it's too late, get something and recoup back for what we traded for him. I don't know, though. If you lose Bradbury and trade Slay, and you only have the corner you draft, although if you draft a corner high, I mean, he might be legit. There's been a lot of good corners coming out the drafts as of late. Plus, I do think this is a pretty deep draft, supposedly, from what I heard. I got to do my own research on it. From what I heard, this is a deep draft for cornerbacks, defensive backs. So I think you got to invest early. I don't know what we do with Slay, to be honest. My Rum in the building. What's up with you, My Rum? Daniel said the third string running back fumbled and lost the game. I don't know what you mean by that. Fred said Slay 18 million. That's another thing. 18 million is big. Even if he doesn't get traded, that's going to get restructured, knowing Howie Roseman. But because of that number, if there isn't a way to restructure or he doesn't want to restructure, a possible trade could be the scenario for Darius Slay for sure. Slay's fine, y'all overreacting. We just got tested. I mean, look, I'm not on the train to get rid of Slay yet, but you do gotta look and figure out what we're gonna do with that $18 million contract. There's a lot of things that's gonna go into a possible Slay trade, not just the fact that we lost a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? He's still been one of the better players throughout the season. But listen, we need 2 more likes. Y'all help me out. Even the haters up in here. I know y'all be hating for hating hard body, but you know what? Y'all can hit the dislike button all you want. Doesn't bother me at all. Any engagement is good. Y'all up in here trolling, talking trash, whatever you say. I got thick skin, man. I got a million views and 1,000 comments of me saying the Chiefs are gonna lose and you shouldn't get a tattoo. I don't care what is said. I'm not feeling good because I am upset. But y'all don't bother me. Not a damn. You know what I mean? But anyways, shout out to the 209 likes. Appreciate the love and support. Make sure you got notifications turned on. Make sure you have all notifications turned on because every single day we drop multiple shorts. Before we drop a video around 4:30, 5 o'clock, we drop videos around 4:30, 5 o'clock. We go live around 7, 8 o'clock. But we also drop YouTube shorts. We drop parts of my stream. Sometimes I make a YouTube short of me speaking about a topic that we didn't talk about on a video. And we also just throw clips up. If you don't got Twitter, if you don't got IG, and you want to stay in tune with what's going on, what the Eagle players say, this, that, and the third, we drop them type of shorts. Anything that happens in the internet world, I copy and paste for y'all so y'all can see the behind-the-scenes stuff. Follow your boy on Twitter, too. We talk football, we talk life, we talk everything. We always chatting it up on Twitter too, at Philly underscore Mike 25. G-Lo said, no, they eating our Super Bowl crumbs. Yeah, they upset. NFC Championship game at minimum next season, says Jose. Hey, we'll see when we get there for sure. Shout out to all the trolls putting into the work. I ain't mad at it. It's your job to troll. Have fun. With that being said, I go by Philly Mike. This is the Philly Talk Podcast. Shout out to my guy Swoop Dat. Says sorry, Quez, Barnett, Quinn, Cox, Sue, Epps, all gots to go. All gots to go. We're gonna see. It's gonna be a fun, long off. I mean, it's gonna be not a fun. It's gonna be a long off season after a loss. Um, until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out. Peace.